Hi everyone, can you hear me? Can you see me? Hello. Yes, good. Okay. My name is Nicola Greenhouse. As Joshua said earlier, I'm the outreach coordinator, and I'm here for any questions vendors or members may have about the program or about marketing. So I'm your girl. I'm going to run through this presentation pretty quickly. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat box. Or if you think of any afterwards, follow my disappearing hand this way to the HGAC by email, and you can let us know any questions you have there. So let me go ahead and navigate to the next slide. I have to finagle myself in the middle. Hello. So about HGAC BUY. HGAC BUY is a nationwide cooperative purchasing program operated by the Houston-Galveston Area Council of Governments. Some quick facts: we've been doing this for over 45 years, so we'd like to think we're the best at it, but just for some numbers' sakes, we're going to run through them. We have over 8,000 members with new members added daily. Our contractor count at this point, I believe, is 1,200, over 1,200. So that number is a little dated, but that just shows you how rapidly we grow. We have 40 plus major contract categories, and in 2020, we did about 5.8 million in total products purchased. All of that is great, but that's not just a singular effort. We also have amazing partners that we would like to acknowledge. This hand, follow me up here. You can see NCPP, the Professional Association for Cooperative Procurement, NIGP, NPI. We have more on the next page. SACOG, the Sacramento Area Council of Governments, MARC, BRCPC, and then our newest, and I believe Jake Broom is on here, our newest partner, MASC, the Municipal Association of South Carolina. Say hi really quick, Jake. He is our newest partner, and we're really excited to have him. Fun fact, if you are already a member of any one of these partnerships that I've already pointed to, you're automatically a member of HGAC BUY. If you're not a member of HGAC BUY, which show of hands, how many people are members that are in the call right now? Just go ahead and use that reaction button. Give me a raised hand. We love to see who is a member and who isn't. Awesome. Yes. Thumbs up. Yes. Okay. If you're not a member of HGAC BUY and you're wondering how you can qualify, these categories over here are just some of the organizations that we support. So you can be all the way from a special district to a volunteer fire department. If you would like to become a member of HGAC BUY, you can actually do so. Josh has dropped the link in the chat box. You can do so by going on our website and doing the / how-tos and how to become an in user. And you just fill out that ILC, that interlocal contract form. It's very easy. The steps are pretty straightforward, and we're here for you every step of the way if you have any questions. But what everyone likes to ask, and everybody is concerned about, is the benefits. Why should I join? Easy. We save you time, we save you money, and we save you the headache from possibly having to spend your time and money, right, doing these things. So we get you better pricing, and you can use our contract immediately. And so we give you volume discounts. You can do that. You can pretty much buy at a discounted price. So that's always good. We do all of the research, the compliance research for you, so you don't have to spend any of that manpower, making sure that you can actually use the program. We have all those resources on our website for you. And then this is a contractor funded program. So members don't have to pay anything to be a member. So, I don't know about you, but I love free things. So free. Yes. And additionally, the Houston-Galveston Area Council has additional programs for vendors and members. I will move myself over so you can see this other screen. We have the 504 for the Texas Vendors Loan Program and the business loan fund for our members. So if you're interested in that, you can go to hgaldc.com to learn more. But that's pretty much it for me. I think we also have information if you're interested in using FEMA funds. We have information about that on our website. I believe Josh is going to drop that into the chat box as well. But if you have questions about using FEMA funds or if you're qualified to use that, we also have, see, he already did it. Good job, Josh. If you have any questions about that, you can find that link in the chat box. Does anyone have any questions for me? Because that is the end of the presentation. Go ahead and put them in the chat box or raise your hand and just like ask. I'm here all day. Yes, no? Did I do good?
You always do great, Nick. We know that.
Awesome, thank you. Well, guys, we'll have some contacts for you in the chat box as well. I believe Stephanie put her number in there, and then Joshua also has his contact in there. So if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us and we will either answer and get you to the correct person. But I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing my screen and take it away to Joshua.
Thank you for that wonderful presentation, Nick. It never gets old, like never. I've seen it like 1,000 times, but next up we have a wonderful presentation from Nokia. Mr. Randy, are you ready to take it away for us?
Sure, Joshua. Give me 1 second here. We'll share.
Take your time, Randy. Take your time. We're here all day.
Yeah, no, it's just.
Oh, wait. Oh, that's me. Oh, that's too big.
Should be seeing.
Yes, sir. We do.
Nokia
we see
now?
this big Nokia logo. It looks pretty cool.
Great. Good morning, everyone. My name is Randy Duncan. I cover public sector for Nokia, public sector and transportation for Nokia. So we create the technology to connect the world. We're a market leader in mission critical networks. We use HGAC contract quite often, especially throughout the US. We find it's a very valuable contract for us and for the partners that we're doing business with and the end users. So we're known for mission critical networks to deliver above average, not above average, sorry, above content for public safety networks. More recently, over the last 18 months, we've gotten, conversion from 4G to 5G. Also our backhaul networks. And what we're seeing is that given the pandemic over the last 18 months, digital divide is where a lot of focus has become. So we are the only end-to-end vendor that plays in this space, meaning that we offer a full turnkey solution that offers hardware, software, services, and day two support for our radio networks, our CBRS networks, our 4G, our 5G, and private LTE solutions. Many of the people on the HDAC that utilize that contract, they know us through our partners, Dailey, Harris, L3 Harris, and Motorola, but we also do a lot of backhaul technology for transport on the public safety networks with the municipalities, the states around the US, and other smaller communities. So what we're displaying here is our product line on our backhaul technology and our MPLS networks that we connect that to deliver minimally 5 nines, usually 6 or 7 nines stability in the network. One thing about Nokia that a lot of people are aware of, but don't really realize is how much we spend in R&D per year. Our innovation has come from Bell Labs. That's usually a name pretty well known by everyone. And we've, I think over the last 30 years, it's $40 billion on R&D. As I was saying before, one of the areas that we're seeing a lot of activity is our connected school district. Given that the pandemic drove students remote and the underserved, this is where we have been delivering a lot of solutions around private LTE and the CBRS band. If you're not aware of that, that's the Citizen Broadband Radio Service. It's a public spectrum, and we're able to deliver secure school network directly into the students' residence. So it's cost effective. Most of the schools in phase one went to MiFi's, which created an OpEx issue for them. This is a long-term solution that really gets the cost per student down. We're seeing under $5. So that's why it's with the federal funds that have been there. This allows CapEx up front and then a very low OpEx or operating model to continue on. Kind of a graphical display of how this works. You can see the Nokia network in the middle. Basically, we're utilizing elementary schools, middle schools, high schools to put antennas on top of that then cover the student population or the desired geographical area that's that the school or community is looking to cover. A little bit closer look at this. We usually achieve the 60-foot antenna height just by going on top of the school. As you can see, our solution is a hosted cloud solution for the core. It's just a internet connection that goes into a gateway and then fiber connected up to the radio and then CBRS 3.5 gigahertz band. And then we have what we call our Fast Mile indoor gateway that sits in the student's residence, and that does the conversion from CBRS into Wi-Fi. And the one difference for our solution from others is this is secure directly to the student's PC. So it is on the school network as they would be in the classroom themselves. So it's a turnkey solution that is easy to deploy. It's managed remotely out of our hosted solution. And we've got this up and running in close to 100 ISDs around the country just right now. A little bit more about the portfolio for fixed wireless access, which is what we're talking about. We're also seeing more and more communities deploy wired access, which we're also a market leader in. So this is the gateways that we're seeing: Fast Mile for 4G, Fast Mile for 5G, and then our mesh Wi-Fi units that take our fiber to the home products or our fixed wireless access and do the conversion and push it to Wi-Fi so that the students or the community can utilize these products. We're seeing more and more on the community side. This started as a deployment for K through 12, and we're seeing more and more now coming into the community to get internet access to the underserved or low income areas within communities. As I said, Nokia is a trusted partner. We are the only one in the marketplace that delivers an end-to-end solution as a manufacturer. So we build, we design, we create the software, and then we have the services to design and deploy, operate and maintain, and then also keep at current levels. And we're always growing. Most of you know we are not a when we have a new version of software or moving from 4G to 5G, it's a software upgrade. It's not a rip and replace. So at that, I appreciate your time, and I'll be around afterwards and look forward to any questions that you might have.
All right, Randy, that was some good information. Randy, one thing though, I don't believe I saw your contact information on any of your slides. Would you mind dropping that in the chat box below?
I sure will. Thanks, Josh.
Thank you, Randy. All right, well, that was Nokia. Next up, we have Dailey Wells. Mr. Michael Lockwood, I believe you are presenting, correct?
I am, yes, sir. Get that shared. Can you see my screen?
All right, we see it. L3 Harris, Dailey Wells.
All right, well, good morning. Josh said, my name is Michael Lockwood, and I'm with Dailey Wells Communications. Dailey Wells is we're a regional distributor of L3 Harris two-way radio equipment. We're headquartered in San Antonio, but we've got a nationwide reach for their public safety and professional communications products for L3. Second, switch screens here. So we've got a public safety, so a variety of solutions in several markets, not just public safety, but we also are in education markets, public utilities, transportation, petrochemical industries, state, local, and federal governments. We've got products and solutions from different tiers and models of radios, depending on what the application or what your needs are. We've got a radio solution for that. Like I said, our two-way portfolio, it includes portables and mobile radios, but we also do the backbone radio infrastructure, trunk systems, conventional systems, as well as radio dispatch console solutions. And for those of you in the greater Houston area, our L3 Harris radio products, we've been tested and certified and approved for use on the regional Texhorn radio system. And that means that you do have options if you're purchasing radios on that system. You can purchase not just the manufacturer of the infrastructure's products, but you can purchase some other manufacturers' radios as well. Our actual P25 products, we adhere to the APCO standards. So not only do our radios work on Harris infrastructure, as I mentioned earlier, but we work on actually any brand of P25 radio system, as long as they're APCO compliant. And the L3 is very, very prevalent and prominent in all branches of the U.S. military. In fact, every branch warfighter for the U.S. military carries a Harris radio. So a lot of that technology and the products in the public safety and professional communications divisions comes out of that military. So that means that the equipment is extremely durable, extremely rugged. We also include and have Wi-Fi and LTE capable radios, and that includes operation on the FirstNet network. And that provides you with a lot of connectivity and capabilities beyond just traditional LMR. So if you get outside of your radio systems network, it'll switch over to either Wi-Fi or to LMR, and you can continue doing a push to talk as if you were on the actual radio system. That means that the radios are also capable of being a Wi-Fi hotspot. So now you've got a hotspot in the vehicle or on your hip, and you can provide data back to the command staff or somewhere remotely. And we can do all of that without the need for any third-party LTE modems or access points. The actual SIM card goes directly into the radios themselves. Recently, we just released a new product. It's our XL400P Extreme radio. This radio, it's been about, I guess, 2.5, 3 years in development and process of being released. And it's a radio that's designed by and for firefighters. A lot of voice of the customer went into this product launch. And it's been designed to withstand, and it's engineered to withstand pretty much anything that the environment can throw at this radio. It is a rock solid beast. It's developed around the National Fire Protection Agency, or NFPA. There's a new set of new set of guidelines, which is the 1802 standards. And that's a standards that kind of creates guidelines for radios for firefighting. And those standards include heat resistance, durability, immersion, even down to glove-friendly operation and screen size and readability of all of that, as well as zone channel indications and some fail-safe technology. This radio has got some built-in sensors that also allow it to collect data from the firefighter or from the person wearing it, so we can check and know what the temperature is. If you had heartbeat monitors, air pack sensors, you name it, all that can be brought into the radio, pushed back up, and that will allow your command staff or your safety personnel to actually see that data in real time. So it's a very, very impressive piece of equipment. And with that, mine's short and sweet. Again, Michael Lockwood. If you have any questions or want some more information, feel free to come to our Zoom room after this and pass you on some additional information, or my contact info there is on the screen. So with that, appreciate it.
All right, Michael, thank you for that. That was Michael Lockwood with L3 Harris, Dailey Wells. Next up, we have Sharon Hollyman, I hope I got that correct, with the Cambridge Group. Okay, Ms. Sharon, I see you are sharing your screen now.
All right, so everybody, you can see it fine now?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you pretty well.
Okay, well, good, thank you. Well, good morning. We appreciate being part of the event today, and we thank everybody for taking the time to be here. My name is Sharon Holloman. I am the Western Region Sales Manager for JVC Kenwood USA Corporation. And we have April Peterson, who is our Manager of National Accounts and Contracts. Now, we know that today there's a diverse group here that have different needs, and some of you may have already purchased and are using Kenwood product, and we thank you for that. But we also know that there are some people that may be looking at us to be a key supplier for them. So what I wanted to do today, was to take time to talk about who JVC Kenwood USA is and what's unique about our products. Now, people are usually familiar with the name Kenwood because of car stereo or home stereo equipment. And that is us, but we are another division within the JVC Kenwood family. Now, JVCK USA is part of the worldwide JVC Kenwood group that is headquarters in Japan. And primary engineering of the product and planning team is located there. They work with our group here in the US, our engineering and product planning, to help bring the features for the US market. Now, the products are produced in our manufacturing plants where they maintain the ISO 9001 certification. We offer mil-spec radios for the day-to-day rugged use, as well as CSA intrinsically safe options for those that work in hazardous environments. Our personnel has 30+ years of working with purchasing contracts, and our internal staff, we focus on maintaining those processes to be able to make sure that we're being compliant to the terms and the conditions, making it easy for you to do business with us. As I mentioned, our headquarters for the corporation is in Japan, but we do have 2 locations here in the US. We've got our Long Beach office, which is where our main distribution for North America is. We've got some sales administration, technical support, and our contracts team is located there. Our other office is in Irving, Texas. This is where our upper management team is located with our R&D and development team. One of the strengths that we have is that we have over 1,200 dealers in our local markets that can work with you to help best identify the product, the radio protocol that will meet your needs. They are technical in nature. They have the ability to do programming, installation, repairs, and just overall assist your needs. Our HGAC contract is a direct contract with JVC Kenwood USA, but our dealers are our local support, and they fulfill the orders for the market, and they provide that in-person support. Now, the next two slides here are just a small representation of customers that we work with. We work with federal government agencies, public safety agencies from police, fire, public works, as well as K through 12 and higher education users, utility companies, as well as B&I, which is business and industrial users. Now we have a full line of products, but again, one of the things that I think makes Kenwood stand out or is unique about our offering is that we offer 3 different radio protocols. And being able to offer these 3 different ones enables us to be able to work with you to find out which one aligns best with your needs, because each of these protocols have their advantages. And the ability to offer this, it makes sure that we're offering the right protocol and the best solution for you. The next slide here is just taking a look at some tiers of series that we have. We have more products than are shown here, but I want to just to list a few that we work with, I guess would be our main ones. As I mentioned, we have 3 different digital protocols that we offer. Our high tier, our 5000 series, can actually have 2 of the 3 programmed in the radio at the same time. So let's say you have a sheriff's department that is running on a P25 county system and a school district that's on a UHF, DMR, or an NXDN system. You can program both of these channels in the radio so they can communicate when necessary. The 5000 series is a really feature-rich product, and so you can choose the features that work for you. Now, our mobile series in the 5000, super versatile, because you can have 3 different frequency bands, 3 different digital protocols all in one in a multi-configuration. So I can talk across the board here. So I could have a P25 VHF conventional system, a DMR UHF, or a P25 700, 800 phase 2 system, all configured in that multi-configuration and be able to talk to all the different users. Now, our mid-tier 3000 and 1000 series, we offer NXDN or DMR. It does not do P25. You simply pick which digital protocol that fits what your needs are. And if for some reason something changes and you need to move to a different digital protocol that we offer, you can simply change that. Depending on how your radio is set up, you can reprogram or you can add license to it. And what's nice about that is you're not losing your investment that you put into your radios. And I think that's really with all of ours, is that they can grow with you over time. Our NX1000 is our newest, and it is doing extremely well because it is a great price point and it is a lot of features built into it. It is a conventional only radio, but once again here, if you start out in analog mode and you need to move into a digital, you simply put in a license key that now moves you into the digital world. So we just want to end by expressing our appreciation for the time given to be here, just to kind of talk an overview of who JVC Kenwood is. And we look forward to answering questions for you in the roundtable. So thank you very much.
All right, that was Sharon Hollyman with Kenwood Cambridge Group. I don't know why I butchered that. But thank you so much for your presentation. We have one more for you. We have Mr. George Ebel with Motorola Solutions.
Yes, good morning. Let me share my screen.
George, sounds like a little bit of audio issue. Yes, we can hear you now.
There we go. Is that better?
Sounds a lot better. I don't know what happened there. It was kind of scary, but you're good
Yeah.
now.
Sorry about that. So my name is George G. Belt. I've been the contract administrator for HJC since the mid 90s. So a little longer than some of the folks have been on this call that's been in the industry, but had the pleasure of dealing with HJC when I was less than 10 years with Motorola. And now I've been just hit my 33-year mark. So we appreciate the opportunity to deal with HJC. HJC is one of Motorola's, if not the premier contract that Motorola uses nationwide, which back in the 90s was the vision of HJC to go nationwide at some point, and Motorola does utilize this contract nationwide. So that's something we're very proud of, being a long-term partner with HJC. One of the things I'm going to go over today is our Apex portfolio, just from a radio perspective. Similar to several of the others on the call, we offer an end-to-end solution, with the exception that we also offer Vesta 911, which is another one of our contracts on HGAC. We offer body cams. We offer in-car video. We offer CAD, both tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 CADs. We also offer a real-time crime center solution, and we have our video solution with a Vigilon. So one of the things I'll wrap up at the end is our Command Central portfolio, which offers an end-to-end solution from the time we do a call taker position with the call itself, all the way to end of the call when we're doing the report management of this. So from an Apex portfolio standpoint, high level from the radios, we have our brand new Apex Next, which is an all band smart radio that has our LTE chipset in it, or a LTE chipset in it that can either be FirstNet or Verizon to be able to put in that. That is something I'll go over in just a minute, break out a little more on the next. The Apex 8000 is our other all band radio. We do have that in the HASLOC radio itself, and our NFPA radio will be introduced shortly, which will be an expansion of the Apex line itself. The Apex 6000, which is a single band, everything from 7800 VHF, UHF, down to our lower tier Apex 4000, and then an Apex 3000 covert, along with our entry tier 1000 and 900s. The good news about every one of these radios, from the 1000 up to the next, they are all rugged. They are all waterproof, so including the speaker mic accessories. So something that we pride ourselves on is the ruggedness of our radios, from our low tier all the way up to our high tier. We do not want the customers having an issue with ruggedness where that's an option, as we used to have 25 years ago, to it being something that we commonly do now for every radio. On the mobile line itself, we have an 8500, which is our multi-band radio on the mobile side. That comes in many flavors when it comes to the dash mount, the remote mount. It does have Wi-Fi built into it, as does our 4500 and 6500 line. Our entry tier 1500 does not, but we do have Wi-Fi built into it, as well as Smart Connect and some other things that allow you to utilize LTE infrastructure to go through these. We have multi choices when it comes to your heads, the control head of the device, whether it's a handheld control head, whether it's a green control head, or whether it's an advanced control head with all of your siren and light controls on it, motorcycle configuration and such. So we've been doing this for, we've been a technology company for over 93 years, been in the radio business for over 85 years. So we have this down pretty well from a standpoint of being able to offer customers what they want. And all of our radios, I'll go back real quick to the Apex 8000, especially in the portable brand, they're all purpose-built radios. We have the XE, which is a purpose-built fire radio with our, what we call our pistol grip, and the accentuated buttons and knobs. That's all customer driven through our voice of the customer plan, down to our lower tier radios with customers that just want entry level radios. So like I said, been doing this a long time. Wanted to show the Apex E5 control head, which is our newest control head. It has multicolors to match all the color levels that the customer needs in various situations. So something we wanted to at least share with the users today. something we can share further in the breakout session. Touch briefly on the Apex Next. This is our newest radio, application-based radio, in addition to a standard Apex feature set. And it offers a variety of things: our smart mapping, our insight, which gives some analytics, the battery management system, which is built into the radio, what we call smart locate, man down, and our DVRS. So we have a lot of applications that this radio provides the ability through LTE and through some other things to give you extended range from your LMR system. We are deploying currently hundreds of these radios on for the city of Houston, in addition to all over the country, for those that want to take advantage of the application portion of the radios extended from the Apex platform. One of the things we want to consider, a best-in-class radio, because it does have, even with this large screen set that is Gorilla Glass, you aren't going to break that Gorilla Glass. So it does have the ruggedness and the form factor, up to 18-hour battery, that you're just not going to see in the industry. So something we wanted to show you guys today. And to end my presentation, I wanted to show our end-to-end software suite when it comes to Command Central. We have, from a community engagement standpoint, we have our products that start with our Command Central community. We go to, in the emergency call management side, the 911 side, with our Vesta, our EZNet, and our CallWorks solutions that we have there, which is deployed all throughout the country. Especially in the Texas region, we have a very large presence of Vesta. From an incident management standpoint, we have our CAD, we have our real-time crime center, we have our Premier One CAD, we have our Spillman CAD, so tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 CAD offerings, give the customers a choice. All this being brought together on our Command Central suite. From a records and management standpoint, we have our Vault, which is the back end that manages all of this information and houses this via the cloud, in addition to our records, our evidence library, and such. And then we go over to the analytics side with our Vigilant and our Vigilon analytics from a video side and ALPR side, and we end it with our jail management. So like I mentioned early on, we go end to end on this, from the time the call taker takes it to the time someone's booked or released on that. And Motorola has done a very aggressive acquisition to be able to have companies that be able to offer this. The one thing that's not on this is the Watch Guard, which is our body cam and our in-car vehicle. That also is another HGAC contract that we have with you guys, but wanted to at least show this and show the end-to-end and the investment Motorola's made for the users when it comes to being able to be the one-stop to be able to offer this. And we do have partners that assist with some of this connectivity when it comes to, the Nokias who did an earlier presentation. They're one of our premier partners for our connectivity when it comes to the microwave and such. In addition to this, we do our CBRS Nitro offer, which will be a part of the new HGAC contract if we're fortunate enough to be selected on that. So, we do have CBRS offerings in addition to that. So with that, I want to end it. Just wanted to be brief, like Michael said, and show a high level of what we're doing from a standpoint of bringing on some new products and new technology to the market. So we do appreciate and really have enjoyed our partnership with HGAC over the years, and for me, since the mid-90s. So it's something that we do not take lightly, that relationship. So we do appreciate it.